Alright, looks like we have about a minute before we start the match. And I am here with Tank Killer and Luxy. Welcome to the stream, guys.
Hey.
Tank Killer and Luxy will be commentating, and I will do my best to participate in that. I usually don't do well with the commentating part.
Hey, this is the first time for me, but
it's alright, just finishing some stuff up. Personally, I think today this match is going to be really good. I think both these teams are at in terms of a same level in skill. I personally haven't seen them play, but I am excited for it to see what happens. I've seen this map played twice now in terms of this game style, 7v7. And I've seen one match where both teams cap out, and then the other match was the match I played, and it was won by team destruction. So it can go either way. It's just going to be interesting to see what each team does.
I can see most of the combat going down near the castle.
Yeah, both teams tend to push a flank and hold that flank. But we'll see. It's usually the team who's aggressive loses, based on the matches I've seen.
That's just how Erlenberg is, man. I mean, really, it's
I get
just
ready to despect.
here to see what tanks they pick here. 2 chieftains. Oh, bring out an artillery. Interesting lineup.
Hun.
3 bat chats. A 113.
Oh, that should be everyone despect. We're gonna get the game going.
What do you think about them running a 261 here, Tank Killer?
Well, start the game. I know yesterday for my matches that I played with Team Moderator, we ran a 261, and it dropped about 2,500 damage each side. The only thing is that they're gonna have to be able to protect that 261, and from any rushes that were gonna happen. And then the superior spawn for the 261 is the JK line, so JK89. I did not check to see which spawns the 261 got, but that is the better one. I would say the unique picks here are actually the chieftains, just because of you could run a super conqueror. Chieftain's not much faster. The super conqueror just performs better. But
And the south spawn's just really gonna want to avoid that north bridge.
Yeah, looks like MAS here is actually going to take the 9-0 line, and we are going to see the Hungarian team push into the 9-0 lines. This is going to be interesting. The Hungarian team definitely has the speed and mobility to do it with all of their tanks, but at the same time, MAS is going to have easy shots on them if they do advance a little bit too fast.
And with them going, with the blue team going north, it's going to allow the 261 to get some pretty easy shots on them, with practically being uncontested, with no flanks coming around the 1-2.
Yeah, 261 should be reloaded by now. Probably going to see a shell fly out in a second, as soon as he gets one aimed in.
Yep, and he's avoiding the AP, which is a good play. Even 100 putting quick pressure on him, trying to hold him, while the rest of the Italians catch up.
Chieftain's not getting into position. They're gonna do some. They're gonna be brutal on that ridge there.
The I-7's actually staying back a little bit while the chieftains put pressure. Okay, we're seeing a quick 3-man bat chat on the flank here. Probably gonna target the Italian bat chat. Or the chieftains. Yep, they're circling the chieftains.
No, you have to be. They're
gonna make quick work of them.
Chieftains are far out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boss player kills
One bat chat goes down from the Hungarians while they take out a quick chieftain.
The Hungarians need to trade 2 for 1 here for that push.
Exactly.
If they were 2 for 2,
they need to get rid of that one chieftain. T100 LT goes down. They got to take out that chieftain.
They will. But hopefully, if Artie can get a shot in here on Skullcrasher, he's a one-shot.
Exactly.
Now, in this position,
Marza puts a shot to Peter.
MAS is in. They're just going to keep getting rushed, whether they know so or not. This IS-7 that get rushed.
Yep.
The Batchets have fallen back. HUN knows this. The Batchets can win this game, but they're going to have to kill all 3 one-shots with both their
They got to
guns.
target Skullcrasher and the mediums.
Which it looks like Andy's moving out here. Andy needs to kill at least that Batchet and the 140.
The Artie may be able to
Ram
get
there.
like a few more shots off, bring it down to a 3v3. The Batchets are going in. They take out the
Yeah,
140.
Batchet.
Now it's just the 430U and the 277 left. They got to get that 430U out.
430
261 should be able to land a shot on the
two.
277 here.
Both Batchets just need to get out of here. This Andreas needs to stop attempting to try to outturn this 430U.
Yeah,
It's
I don't-
not possible. He might die for it.
Oh, he
he
misses
missed
his shot. Allows Andreas to get away. Oh, that last little peek there might have cost him his life. The 277 is gonna finish him off. Or miss.
Miss.
Yeah, he missed.
Now the 430U and the 277 have to make a decision here whether or not to go after the Batchet.
The
or go
430U
after
is
the
gonna go take
artillery.
out the 261, which is just gonna leave both Batchets alive.
Andy's going to be a little bit distracted here.
Yep. Bounces one shot.
Andy needs to get out now that the 430U is returned.
Yep.
Andy might.
But that 261 still is in the game.
261
If he
needs
can
to
take
kill
a-
this 430U then.
Yep. Hope the 430U is going back to find 261. It's spotted by the
261
Batchet.
spotted the whole time.
Yep. Needs to find a shot. He's looking at the 430U. Probably doesn't have a shot on him. With the really bad gun arc of the 261.
Well, the Batchet goes down.
Quite an aggressive push by the Hungarians. 261 takes
And they
out the
already shut
430U.
us down.
Yeah.
261 will have to pen an AP round. I don't even know if he can kill him even with penning
I
an
really
AP
hope he's
round.
reloading an AP. That'd be the smart move here. But I think it's 1450 alpha on the AP round.
There's always
I'm pretty
ammo
sure.
racks. There's always
Yep.
ammo racks. 1450 will not. How much health is he on? 1450 cannot roll that high.
261's gonna, yeah. He's gonna have to.
This 277's looking the other way. 277 has more than enough alpha to one-shot a 261. Both teams are both spotted.
Especially if he loaded HE.
277 is just now.
Ooh, the
being
water,
aware where
terrain
the Artie's
resistance.
at, and
Oh. And
the swing and a
261
miss.
misses.
What was AP?
Oh, don't do that.
Interesting decision running a 261. I feel like if they would have ran maybe another IS-7.
I mean, the 261 will work, but you have to get that 261 into the game, and I do not believe. Yeah, 753 damage. He's
Yeah.
not getting that 261 into the game. Good game out of Andy though, 3,800
Yep. As well as Balls of
damage,
Steel
and then on the other
with
side,
3,400.
Balls of Steel, 34. And Savage Gorilla.
Yeah, they should have ran another heavy
2710.
instead of that 261. So that puts the Hungarians up 1-0 in the first match.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna see a spawn flip, and we're gonna see if they change up their lineups a little bit.
I believe that MAS will change their lineup. I don't think they're going to take the artillery from this spawn, but I think that the Hungarians will keep their lineup around the same because it worked. Make sure each team's on the correct side. Beautiful. Now, if I had to
Yeah.
guess, I mean, that game was very close, very close.
Yes.
If they, if that artillery would have landed one or two more shots, the game would have been completely different. But the 700 damage out of the artillery and the ability to take out all the one shots is really what left them dry here.
And the Chieftains got caught out of position early in the game.
Yeah, well, the Chieftains weren't so much out of positions, but the Batchets weren't there to support them in that initial push.
Yeah. But the Batchets did clean up after it. We got what?
Starting
1
the
minute on
timer
the
for
clock?
them. Timer started. Yeah, starting the timer now. So we'll see. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say that Artie is dropped for MAS from this spawn. MAS is now spawning 1-2 line, which is a lot more difficult to get artillery to work.
I assume they
And
either
I
have a
think we're gonna
tanky
see the same
medium or
push.
a tanky heavy. Maybe an
I think
IS-7
we're gonna see the same
430U.
thing from the other side. We're gonna see a push out of MAS into the Hungarians' side of the map, or we're gonna see Hungarians pushing MAS's side of the map yet again onto the castle, which the castle is a lot harder to take from the other spawn. But it is definitely a possibility.
And if you're south and you push towards the castle, there's a chance you get spotted out in the open. A lot of easy shots.
They got 40 seconds left to pick. Hopefully they get everything up. Yeah, what really lost the game for MAS there on that last push was the Batchat that was circling the 277 and the 430U.
Yes.
Was not able to effectively kill the 430U. He spent too much time attempting to out-traverse him, and he just was getting nowhere.
They should have played it from range instead of trying to brawl with a 430U and a 277.
Well, what they could have done is just sent both Batchats out and had both Batchats go in at the same time, and it would have been almost a guaranteed victory. Alrighty, time's up.
And if that 261 would have landed a shot on the 430U a little bit quicker.
Let's see what each team's picked. Hungary, 430U, nice. Batchat.
I think they're going with the same lineup here.
430U, 140, I mean, another Batchat.
Three
Another
Batchats.
Batchat. 113, and I'm assuming a fast heavy 277.
Yep.
Batchat on MAS.
140, 430U, yep, there's a 430U. I have a feeling they're doing a little copycat here.
Alright, that is everyone selected. Yes, that is. Alright.
Only one heavy on
7v7.
the Italian side.
Pretty much. Over on the Hungarian side, though, they are running two heavies, but the 430Us can act as a mini heavy getting started into round 2 of the series. With both loadouts that both teams have picked, I would not be surprised if either team rushes across to the other side. So what I'm saying by that is their spawns, which respectively are B2 and like a J8 for each teams, if each team pushes their respective spawns just right across the river immediately, because that's what the setup is looking like it could be. And if that does happen, we might see a little bit of cast and out chase around the map with the Batchats leading that charge.
Yes, and I'm curious to see as if the Italians play a little bit more aggressive here after seeing the plays from the first round here. Alright, the Italians are going the 8-9 line, it looks like, along with the Hungarians, but the Hungarians are sending it's what looks like, let me get over there. They're sending two heavies and a medium to the castle. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think this is a mistake on the Hungarians' part right now, splitting up their team based on how this map's been playing out. It's going to be very hard for those heavies to get back into the fight. Once all these guys get spotted up with the Batchats and the 140s can run away.
The Italians are going to have to get these mediums out. Oh, yep, they're going to rotate out.
Yeah, this heavies and these 430Us need to keep pushing.
Yes.
And the 430Us need to keep pushing because the Batchats, all Hungarian clan needs to do is keep baiting these guys, or not really so much baiting, but keep gaining distance and trying to put their heavies at the castle. If Hungarians' heavies turn around and they try to cross open that field, which I don't think they're going to do, I think they're just going to turn around and try to sit hull down at the castle. But if they try to retake that field, they could lose a lot of health.
What they might want to try is maybe get a little bit of cap pressure on them. With the Hungarians being on the castle side of the map, putting pressure from the 6-7 line, forcing them to make a play on the cap.
This is MAS's game to lose. They have to get this win to take it into the tiebreaker map of Ghost Town.
Yep.
So we're going to see how they're used. Batchats on MAS's side not really doing much, while the Hungarians are making a rather aggressive play to take the castle. Their Batchats are out and moving. Going to see where they lead. Heavy tanks are sitting back, waiting for that push. I don't think MAS is going to give them a push. I think both teams are getting set up along these ridges, waiting for the other team to push. So we are probably going to see a cap circle fight here. I'd say in the next 30 seconds. Each team's going to send someone down.
Both Batchats looking for a push from the AB line.
This is going to be rough. RFC's
it's looking like the Hungarians are taking more of a turtle approach here, just defending the castle, waiting for the push. .430U trying to get some vision on the Hungarians. And that 430U has a good concealment, doesn't it, TK?
Yeah, it has the better concealment than the Batchat.
Very interesting here. Really, this depends on who decides to put pressure on the cap first, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised neither team has done that yet, but we could see a stalemate here.
Batchats are making a slow push over the north bridge here. Slowly working their way. And it seems as if the Italians are rotating back to counter a push that they believe is coming from the north bridge.
Or they're getting ready to push the north bridge.
Okay, it looks like the Hungarians have decided to put pressure on the cap with the Batchat going in. Or a 430U, my bad. Yep, I just assumed. Just go to free camera here. So that really puts pressure on the Italians to make a move here.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. They have 4 minutes to do something. They know that. They know where one tank is. If the map plays out for 4 minutes, I mean, all MAS would have to do to get a reset is just drive a tank in or just hit that guy one time. Now, what the Hungarian team needs to be careful of here is they have both their heavies and a 140 defending a flank that the push is not coming from.
Yes.
So if MAS is able to take the locations at BC2, that is going to allow them to have a more advantageous position in taking the castle. It's a lot easier to take from that position. We're going to have to see, though. The Batchats are leading the charge. They've taken the position. Those things, the 277's lagging behind a little bit.
Yep, they are rotating over. No more cap pressure anymore.
Shots go down.
Yep.
MAS's Batchats are going to wait. I don't think they're going to push that. They're going to have the heavies go first.
This is going to be an interesting push, knowing that the Italians have taken the BC2, but the Hungarians are defending the castle quite well from all angles.
Seven's a Guerrilla getting spotted out, spotting all 3 of their Batchats. I think the Batchats expected to come over into something, but there is nothing there to come over into. Batchats might get hit a couple times here. I don't know what their plan is. Unless, okay, the Batchats are just gaining positional advantage. Okay.
DMA's putting some shots in on the 430U and the 140.
Gimba comeback's about to get absolutely shredded. This 277, this 113 in very good positions.
The Batchats really need to trade well here.
Skullcrafter needs to die. So the focus
Yep.
needs to be
Get
call
Skull
on,
Crusher.
big
Skull
kill.
Crusher
Oh,
drops.
ammo rack.
They really need to trade
Now-
effectively here.
Gimbo comes back, needs to get out of there, try to conserve his hit points and not die.
Yep. Let the
I
430
mean,
use and the
heavy
277 take the fight to him. They really need to
Yeah.
take out Balsa Steel here.
Andy going down, getting hit twice.
They really need to focus out the 277 on the Hungarians.
He's a one-shot. I think we are going to see a YOLO out of, or not a YOLO, but a push out of.
2 bat chats are down. That's really going to prove costly for the Italians here. They really need to get rid of that 277. 277 drops. That's 2 heavy tanks
Down.
out now. It's just the mediums. Ooh.
Batchat is a one-shot theoretically for the 277 if he rolls high enough. I think we're going to
Or
see
430U.
DMOZ push in here behind the 430U to get a clip into him.
This
Yes, we
is a
are.
risky play.
Stacked once for it. 277 starting to shoot him. Gonna have a
This is a
430U
risky
and a
play
one.
by Demos. Oh yeah, I believe Demos is gonna fall
Carlson
here.
giving up. Carlson giving up his position though. Carlson's probably going to die here.
They need to kill that bat chat. 1 bat chat drops. Now they need to get out that
Another
140
trade.
that's pushing.
Batchat's one shot from behind. He's going to kill the 430U though. He has another shot left.
Yep.
Peter is also one shot. Savage
Italy
is
really
one
needs to hit
shot.
their shots. Andre's
This
coming
is
in
still
to try to
winnable.
clean up. He
One
needs to
shot.
clean up. He needs to hit all of his shots.
The bounce.
Andres drops.
And it looks like this one's going to be Team Hungary.
Bounces are real on
Nice
that
little
match.
fight there.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I think I saw 2 bounces off the Batchats there.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but
I saw 2 bounces.
let's see here. Yeah,
Really, that just came
Alnu's
down
on
to
the
tank
Batchat
picks.
blocking 390.
At the end. Tank picks and a little bit of RNG.
430U blocking 1540. That's a good number for that tank. And then
I just felt like the Italians
missed
should have
shots.
really used their bat chats a little bit more efficiently.
their Batchats just weren't able to effectively push once, because what their Batchats pushed in. The Batchats pushed in on that second match when they went around the side of the mountain unspotted. They pushed in, and their plan was to push up and over into Hungarians' team that were still, they thought, still sitting there. But the Hungarians have drawn back all of their tanks. Therefore, the Batchats just had nothing to push into, and they were pushing into a crossfire onto the castle. And that wasn't going to work, and it didn't work. But if there towards the end, we had a very good fight. I believe that it could have went either way. That last match, just some shots were missed, some shots were bounced, this and that. But yeah, that was a very close game for both these teams. It was very good to watch. So yeah, I'm excited to see what these teams have to show in the future. That looked very promising.
Lots to
It was
learn
fun to
from.
watch. GG's both teams. Yeah. And I will throw this out there that Erlenberg isn't really the compiest of all maps. There's not a lot of matches that have been played on it, so a lot of these teams are learning new things.
Yeah, we did go 5.5 minutes without a penetrating shot, so.
Yeah, that's just Erlenberg being Erlenberg and being
Yeah.
very campy and hard to push.
And I feel like that already on the first match really cost the Italians.
Yeah. They'll learn from it though.
Yep.
They will adapt and overcome, and I think our next match, which I don't believe Dingy is streaming. Dingy, your next match is at night, in an hour, I believe. Exactly. Yep, which is at 1900 UTC, so like, 52 minutes is when the next stream will be live on your channel.
Yeah, so at 2 o'clock for me because I'm Eastern Standard.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Central, 1900 UTC.
Yeah.
Because we just did 1740 UTC, so it should be 1800. So do 1820. Because it's 1808 right now. So if that's at 19, that's in 52 minutes.
Okay, well, my math is bad then.
That's okay.
It's not really
That's
math,
alright.
it's just knowing time zones.
At times it's screwy in the U.S. because we have the whole daylight savings things, with the rest of the world does not participate in. Anyways, so thanks to both teams coming out.
Well-fought match, well-fought match. Let's see, what's round two's map?